I'm Sanjay Kumar Aggarwal from Deligence Technologies. We help real estate investors, developers to find distressed property to generate ROI on the fly and to automate the process of sending the offer. So we help investors to find the better deals and make the process quick so that they can get the deal. And today I have Mr. Charles from Cohaven. So we will discuss about real estate. We will discuss about AI and automation in real estate. So welcome, Charles.
Sanjay, thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
Can you tell me about your background? Can you introduce yourself and also what motivates you to come to real estate?
Absolutely. So Sanjay, prior to real estate, I've been in real estate for almost 10 years now. Prior to real estate, my background and experience was in and around building and scaling small to mid-sized technology companies. So they were primarily focused on financial services or even on real estate. And I held multiple positions through there, helped take a couple, go through some successful acquisitions. And about 10 years ago, Sanjay, I had looked around and saw, I did a kind of almost a state of the union of where I was at in my career, where I was tracking towards my future goals. Was I on the path that I wanted to be on? And when I looked at my stock brokerage account, which is I had always invested in stocks and maybe a fix and flip here or there on real estate, I was nowhere near where I thought I needed to be for my future financial security for myself or for my family. It was an eye-awakening experience. And so at that point in time, Sanjay, I tried to think there had to be a better way. There had to be a better way. And so I started exploring more about real estate at that point in time. I was able to, luckily enough, find a mentor who taught me that not only can real estate be good investments, but also how to build it as a business. And then ultimately started a real estate fund. And so partnered up with my now partner, Anthony Free. And we've been having Cohaven Capital and growing ever since.
In Cohaven, I believe you are supporting investors who wants to have that financial freedom.
That's absolutely right. So we work with what's known as accredited investors. So more often than not, they're senior executives or senior level professionals who make very good incomes, have a very good day job, but they may not have the wealth that they're looking for, or they might not be in a similar situation to me. They may not be on the path that they thought they were on. And so what we do is we look to focus for our investors, our capital partners, very much about capital preservation and consistent growth to make sure that we align with their goals and we get them on the path to where they want to be successful.
You not only created a pathway for yourself, you are helping others as well in that financial freedom.
Absolutely. And so Sanjay, we actually call it we have a three-legged stool for our philosophy. And what that is defend, grow, and impact. So defend means making sure that we're not taking overly aggressive risks, making sure that the capital is protected first and foremost. Secondly, consistent growth. So we look for very favorable but stable returns for our capital investors. And then the third, which is impact, is what are we investing in? Are we making some sort of social impact along the way? And that's where our thesis is around Cohaven, which is trying to tackle the affordable housing challenge as well as supportive housing for nonprofit organizations or mission-driven organizations as well.
Okay. What do you think? How is real estate market today? Is it stable? Is it growing? Is it What are your opinion about current state of the market?
In my opinion, the current state of the real estate market really depends on the market segment that you're talking about. And so I say that from residential real estate in terms of single family home market versus multifamily and commercial, etc. So we play mostly in the commercial and single family home market. I will say that it is getting a little bit more stabilized. From a seller's perspective, the sellers are becoming a little bit more realistic in their expectations of what they're selling their properties for, etc. Buyers are very much in an opportunity right now where, there's more opportunity to do better due diligence. There's better opportunity to really evaluate the type of real estate assets that you're looking to acquire. But what has not changed is about speed and quality. So speed and quality are so critical through all this, because when the right opportunities present themselves, you've got to be able to move quickly. And you've got to make sure that you've done your due diligence, you've got everything lined up, you're mitigating your risk for not only yourself as an operator, but also for your capital partners, more importantly, as you're protecting their capital.
So speed is really important in real estate. You are not the only buyer looking for the right property. There are many targeting the same. And to improve this speed, to ensure that you get the right property at the right time, so are you using any tools, technologies, or everything is manual?
So when we first started, it was all manual and very painful. But that's what happens within every aspect of your evolution, right? So today we look to leverage technology at every point we can to help us scale. So we leverage AI as much as possible. So we leverage it in terms of being the hub of our own operating system, from anywhere from identifying what markets we should be looking to enter to identifying even as specific neighborhoods within the metros, identifying in terms of it helps us with underwriting. It helps us with even filling our homes with tenants, and as well as staying on task in terms of how we go about not only the acquisition, but the rehab of our properties, the conversion, making sure that we're tracking all along the way, and then our ongoing property management and operations as well. So everything from waking up in the morning to our operations, to our CRM, all across the board.
There are any challenges in adopting the AI and automation system, or any risks that you can see if we use AI automation in real estate? So any challenges or any fear that you see?
Yeah, so I think, as with everything, the technology, AI is always evolving, right? So I also look at it as what was leading edge yesterday is very conservative today. So the technology is just moving so quickly. And so to me, the biggest challenge is making sure that we don't have too much of a dated solution, and making sure that we're staying up to date all along the way. So that's why it's so critical for us in terms of not only what type of platforms we're using for technology, specifically around AI, but also what information are we feeding it? How are we making sure that we're staying up to date? How are we looking to maximize it? Because as you know, with anything, the old adage is garbage in, garbage out. People have been saying it for hundreds of years, and they're going to keep saying it. And so we need to make sure that we're feeding it with the right information, but we also have to get smarter in terms of how we use AI and how we use the technology. So we are constantly learning and understanding, how do we maximize it? How do we make sure that, even as simple as using ChatGPT, I can't tell you how many people I talk to who use ChatGPT like it's Google. like just doing a Google search, right? And you're using 2% of the ability of what it can do. And so that's one of the big challenges for us also, is constantly learning to be able to maximize such an incredible platform.
What do you think if people start using AI the way it should be, automating different processes, different activities? So how it will impact the real estate industry? What will be available for real estate professionals if we start adopting AI and automation?
Yeah, so good question. So to me, it goes across the spectrum. So I'll start more kind of generic at first, which is similar, I think, to a multitude of different industries, which is just even in the workforce. So AI is allowing us to scale bigger and faster with less robust organizations, if you will, right? And so again, that's industry agnostic. And so we found that we're operating at about a third of the size of what we would normally do if we weren't working with AI. Then on top of that, so from a cost saving standpoint, that's tremendous. Now, that doesn't mean that other people are losing jobs because of it. It just means that there are different type of jobs that we need. So versus the more repetitive, etc. Now, another aspect that we really leverage it that is changing it is that it's just so much more accurate. It's so much more, they say 80% of scalability is better than 100% of zero. Well, we're getting 95+%, if not more. And so the amount of information that it can pull, and not only pull, but provide critical thinking for, to be able to allow us to make highly educated decisions based on the level of data and due diligence that it can provide for us, would take weeks to gather from an individual, where at the very beginning of our conversation, Sanjay, I had mentioned to you, one of the most critical components is speed. So the ability to leverage AI to accelerate all of our processes, to come to decision-making processes, or even the ability to execute at an accelerated level, just gives such a competitive advantage. And I only see that getting faster and better in the future.
You said it very well that AI is not going to take our job. And if our job is repeated in nature, we need to learn new skills. We need to see how AI can make our job better, how we can be more productive, and rather than doing the repeated work, how we can do the work which need human intelligence.
Absolutely. I mean, we've actually redeployed some of our existing team members into new roles because of that. So we've provided training and education for their new roles because we've got very good team members that we didn't want to let go. And now, quite frankly, they're happier as well because they're performing at levels that they had not performed previously. And they're using AI to help them improve their current jobs.
Correct. So we also did similar. So Deligence Technology is 11 years old company. Initially, we were mainly doing web app development, mobile app development, and now the demand for AI automation solution is quite high as compared to web apps, mobile apps. So we trained our part of our team. We did demo projects. We did dummy projects. We learned these skills. Some of our members become certified developers of different automation tools, different AI tools, and now we are providing these services. And the same developer who were developing a mobile app in 6 months, now they are delivering AI solution, automated solution within weeks.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
And so we, as a human, we need to learn new things, need to adapt AI automation, and need to make our work and our life easy. We cannot put AI aside. We have to learn it. We need to start using it. And Charles, what do you think? What will be the future of real estate in next 5 to 10 years? Do you see a growth? As you mentioned, the current market is in favor of buyers. What do you think when it will turn and when it will be more in favor of sellers? And what type of growth a investor can expect in next 5 to 10 years?
So great question. So for us, again, we just see such a demand and need in the affordable housing and supportive housing strategy within real estate that it's not going away within the next 10 years. We're really primarily focused in that. But if I take a step back and take more of a macro level view of real estate as a whole, honestly, my opinion is that I think that if I look at the economy today, if I look at historically where we've been, Sanjay, and I see the amount of debt, quite frankly, that this country is in, and quite frankly, even at a global level, I see interest rates coming down right now slightly. I believe that inflation is being artificially pushed down right now, given the level of global debt. I believe in the next 5 years, or between 5 to 10 years, it's going to spike again. And so when that occurs, real estate is one of the best hedges against inflation. I just see real estate continuing to grow in terms of asset value, quite frankly, tremendously. You're going back to your question around, when will sellers kind of see more advantageous times? I think in the next 5 to 10 years, when it spikes again, there will be a quick trigger when interest rates go down a little bit more again, because more buyers will flood the market. That'll be a blip, I believe. And then for the next 3 to 4 years, it'll kind of grow consistently. But when the inflation comes again and rears itself, prices will increase, values will increase. And I believe that the sellers at that point will really receive a strong benefit.
Thank you very much for your time. It was great conversation with you. And for our listener, if USA and you are looking for a passive income, definitely contact Charles and see how you can invest with him and how you can get a consistent passive income, which is like quite high as compared to normal return that we get from market.
Yeah, and Sanjay, I want to, again, thank you so much for having me and really appreciate it. Anybody who wants to get in touch with me can look at our website at cohavencapital.com. And quite frankly, I would suggest the same for you. If anyone out there is watching and is interested in learning more about technology, more about AI, reach out to Deligence, reach out to Sanjay, learn what type of opportunities might be aligned there for you all as well.
Charles, and I'll have our contact details as well as Charles' contact details in the description, and you can contact any one of us. Thank you.